Juvinaris, let me start with you. And drug addiction, of course, is a huge problem in this country and world over, and specifically targeting the young people. And it's getting younger and younger. And it's not restricted to a certain class. You have it with the rich, with the poor, it's all over. So maybe let's start with your story. How did you get into drug abuse?
Because my name is Juvinaris, as you just said. I was brought up in the village, that is in those sides of Machakos. So when I came to the city, you know, when you're in town and you are new, I involved myself with, let me call them peers. And because of those in this town, you are new, you're introduced to things that probably you want to try. And I started trying. That trying became a big thing.
Well, what had brought you from Machakos to Nairobi?
I grew up in Shags. I grew up in Ushago, as most of us have done. And after clearing high school, when you clear high school, you also want to go to Nairobi to look for greener pastures, as everybody says. So I came to Nairobi to look for greener pastures, but the greener pastures took me to the drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you hook up? One thing that I've always wondered is how people hook up with drug users, yet it's it's an undercover thing.
Michael, these things begins like walking with these people, walking with somebody who is using something. When you walk with him for some time, you'll get introduced, and it starts by just testing. From the test, it starts growing up. It's like the way you plant a seed. When you plant it, it dies, then it grows up. So I think it's just the same mechanism. And no sooner did I know. And you see, when you test and you feel that highness, you want to do it more and more. So I went on doing it more and more and more and even more. Yes.
What did you start off with?
I started with this kind of a drink. Nowadays it's not. They're called Toivo. Toivo. It is not there. There was now these ones which are being poured.
Equal to what? I think second generation.
It looks like milkish. That's what I started, and it's sugary. It's so sweet when you are tasting and sour. But as you keep on taking it, oh man, you go on another level.
Alcoholic?
Yeah, it's like of traditionally made. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you graduate from Toivo to?
You see, when you are in drugs, when you start taking, there is a level you arrive. You want to be more higher than the way you were. So you start from that low level going up. So I ended up using even banky, so that you can become that high.
You need a bit.
You need a bit strong. Yeah, that is. Anybody who has been to drugs, that is the channel. You start low, going high. And well, I was really addicted.
Okay.
I could mix everything.
Okay. All right, I'll come back to you, but let me bring in Caleb Liae. And Caleb Liae is a former street boy. Were you also involved in drugs?
Yep.
Okay. What did you abuse when you were in it?
I was using glue, cigarette, bangi, with many things. It was not easy to stop.
How did you get into it? I know you're in the streets and all that, but how did you begin, abusing this, whatever you're abusing, the drug?
Okay, I brought up in Kangemi. I was staying in Kangemi with my mom, and I used to stay with my neighbors. I didn't know they used to go in the street to search some drugs and using to park the car in the street. So they tell me one day, can we go? And I tell them where? To town. I agree. We go to town, started there, because background home we are not good at now food or anything, that we didn't have food. So I ran to town and we start doing introducing. Can you touch this? Touch the glue. I start with glue. Then continue, then ikawa inanishika kabisa.